Hello. We are here. We are live. We are going to play some games. Read the information on the screen because that's all the people that are here, all the regulars, the arc names, all this stuff. We are like ready to go this time. And oh, welcome. Gray Mouse is in right at the beginning. Like yes. So we're gonna get right to it because I'm excited for this one to listen to this one and produce this one because said Cat. I hope that's makeup. It is. So it's a character development. So Gray Mouse is concerned about you, Cat. So let's get right into it. We are gonna change completely. Look at it. I got a frog in my throat right as we go live, and I've been talking. All right. Coldest War. We're going to give this right over to Michael as of now.
Okay, welcome to the Coldest War, a nightmarish journey through the intersection of crime, espionage, and madness, straight to the rotten heart of the American dream. Let's go around real quick, meet our characters, meet our players, then a real quick disclaimer, and then we'll get right into the action. So please tell me your real name and just your character name. And let's leave it at that because we're going to introduce the characters in media res. So we'll see who they are like through the actions of the game. I'm going to try that out. Very excited. Let's go ahead and start with Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. I am playing Government Experiment Lambda 18.
All right. Okay, yeah, we can. I mean, if you want to say like some of the other great time tabletop programs you've been involved in, or
Oh, sure. Sorry, I was just leaving it super short. Yeah, I've been on here almost since the start. Most recently as DM Malice Muttgut, the most extraordinary and wonderful DM of all time. And if you disagree with it, you're very wrong, and I don't like you. I hate you. I don't want you to be cool. But today I'm playing something much nicer than that. Her nickname's Lamb, as a matter of fact. And yes, for anybody that is concerned, this is makeup. I did not get punched in the face.
I gotta say, hearing the Malice Muttgut's voice coming out of the lamb like appearance is something different. We are very honored, lucky to have Kat with us. Also joining us, we're super lucky, honored to have him. It is Patrick.
Hello, I am Patrick. I am playing Agent Gabriel Carter. I've been on Time Tabletop for the past couple of years, doing different games, occasionally running a game here and there. Happy to be here, happy to be playing this character.
Very, very happy to have you here, of course. Another amazing Time to Tabletop regular, and we are so delighted to have him here. It is Marvin.
So hey, for this game, I'm going to be playing Sergeant Raymond Dowd, the soldier of tomorrow. That's all you get for now. Yeah, I've been here, for a long while, almost from the start. Not exactly, but I'm usually here on Tuesday, so hey, how's it going? You'll see me a lot.
We are very happy to see you. Also joining us for this wonderful adventure, another Time to Tabletop mainstay, veteran. There's all kinds of great words. Stalwart that we could supply. Very happy to have him have him joining us here for this adventure. It is Nick.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Nick, and today I will be playing Experiment 16 of the Zai project. Goes by Zai. I've been around since Generation Hero, and I've been pretty much I haven't really missed much. So since then.
Oh, and what a weird what's the word? What a weird, strange trip it's been.
Yeah.
Trying to think of that's not the phrase. I don't know. Anyway, so the Coldest War is something different for Time to Tabletop for our Tuesday games. We're playing an RPG called Dungeons and Dragons. A first time for me at least running Dungeons and Dragons on stream. I've done it, elsewhere. So it's a new experience for me because we're not playing with dungeons. I mean, and dragons, unless the dungeon is like, I guess, reality perception, and the dragon is like the state, you might say. What I mean by that is this is a game based on fictional versions of conspiracy theories taking place in the 1970s in the Coldest War. And I should say that some of these conspiracy theories are fake. They are not real. They're based on pure, insanity legends, maybe urban legends, but they're not real. They're not based in reality. But other of these conspiracy theories are conspiracy facts. Like, there will be things that are based on like certain operations that the CIA has done that are real and have been credited, and there's been like Senate committees about them and all sorts of things. These are real things, with real victims, like countless lives that have been ruined by some of these events. So a lot of these will be like fictionalized versions of those things, and I just want to be respectful to the victims of the events that I guess inspired some of the events in this show. So as always, the X card is in full effect for any reason, but we might go to some intense places because we're dealing with an intense subject matter. Also, we're using Dungeons and Dragons, and we're kind of this might be this is an experiment. This might be kind of a square peg round hole situation. But it's the thing that I wanted to try for a while, so we're gonna play it out and see how it works. But things might change, rules might get messed with. It's all part of the experience. All right, and with that out of the way, let's begin the game. Okay, so we open somewhere in the American Southwest, those clear skies, big open desert, a set of cement missile silos, hidden bases, the kind of Area 51 cordoned off by barbed wire, places so secret they don't appear on any map, with a fleet of military helicopters cutting down through the cloudless sky. They land, we follow a bunch of operatives heading inside, men in suits, sunglasses, going through layers and layers of security until they go deep into the bowels of this isolated structure, to a place where the security is about as tight as it can be, all the way into a cell that has been changed for a very specific occupant. Every sharp edge has been blunted. There's a TV which is playing Gilligan's Island, covered with a plastic polymer shield so that even that screen cannot be touched. And the occupant there is painting. One man, kind of bravely perhaps, enters alone this cell, and we see the occupant and maybe her pet. Kat, please go ahead and introduce your character.
Hi, my character is Lambda 18. She is a government experiment from birth, raised on a chemical cocktail of, unknown to her, drugs. It caused her to manifest telekinesis at an early age, sometimes uncontrollable. And her dog Coco is there to keep her calm because it helps prevent the seizures that she has on occasions. However, they have recently been getting her medications to keep it under control. This is in the 70s when seizure medication started becoming readily available. And that's a condition that just out of character does run in my family, so it's kind of an important little thing for me. But she is, as whoever is going into the room, what she's currently doing is floating slightly off the ground with her legs crossed. And she paints by thinking about painting. She doesn't require a brush to do it. So the paint looks like it's just kind of coming off, mixing itself on the palette, coming off of the palette, and then painting itself. Meanwhile, she's just petting her dog and trying to remain calm. Her hair is purple. She really does have an eye patch due to the trauma that her body experienced when her powers first manifested. She's uncertain where the other people of the Lambda Project currently are, or if she is the lone survivor of the experiment. But ever since that time, she has been isolated, with only the occasional visitor who is usually kept safe behind plexiglass from her.
So this visitor, being kind of bold to walk in there without any protection. He's got this like sort of bland, broad face, these like square glasses. He's wearing, even though it's pretty hot, though I'm sure they keep it heavily air conditioned way down here in the in like the sub basement. He's wearing like a trench coat over his suit, and he says, "Good afternoon. That's lovely painting you're working on there."
Thank you. I'm basing it off what I see on the television. I've never actually been to the tropics. People don't usually come in the room unless I've been tranquilized.
Well, I'm someone who often bucks convention. My name is George Herbert Walker Bush, and the Hermitage has sent me.
Oh, George Herbert Walker Bush of the Hermitage. Why exactly have they sent you here, to my little corner of the world?
Well, Miss Lamb, may I call you that?
It's what most people do call me, yes.
Well, Miss Lamb, how'd you like to see the world?
Is it time for me to go to Russia?
No. It'll be explained. If you'd like, well, we've taken the liberty of already gathering your things and you're all packed. And we got a chartered flight for you, heading right to the Hermitage.
All right. Is Coco coming with me?
Of course. We wouldn't send you anywhere without that wonderful pooch.
You hear that, Coco? We're going on an airplane.
How does Coco respond?
Yep, pants and happily wags her tail. Coco's a chocolate lab, by the way.
Oh, of course. Love it. He says, all right, well, you'll just follow me. And hey, I promise it will be a little bit better than the 3-hour tour.
Right. Yes, because of the show.
Yeah.
I don't really have any control of what's on, but it does inspire the work. And with that, her legs unfold, but it's not like a person unfolding their legs normally. It's like she thinks about moving her legs. And she hovers slightly after George H.W. Bush, as that her legs are not functional, but because of her telekinesis, that's not really an impediment to her mobility. However, it's a little strange for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, it's strange for him. Like, he looks down, definitely taken aback. He's like, well, golly, have to get you some kind of, I don't know, chair or something.
If that's needed, I'm perfectly capable of getting around without one.
Yeah, I definitely think it's needed. Well, let's get you out of here, Miss Lamb. And as you go, he takes that kind of look of the security camera, looks down at the TV, and the TV is, with his signal to the officers outside the room, TV switched off. We go from there to the Hermitage itself, all the way across the country. Lamb is winging there on a super secret jet, stealthed up, zooming far, far above radar. Hermitage, tucked away somewhere in the Virginia woods, has the appearance of like a pleasant New England village. The sort of, country club, old-timey estate where the men who built the American intelligence industry would go to spend their leisure time. And amongst the croquet pitches and stables and docks and all that, the various secrets of the United States are kept away from everything else. And one of those secrets, we're going to join into a basement gun range. probably below what looks like just a friendly sort of hunting lodge, but far below there is a hunting or a firing range where the sounds of rapid gunfire, even explosions, will not be heard. You got targets stretched out against the cement wall that can be sent backwards and forwards. A few of the Hermitage's agents are there testing out various weapons, and one of them is Agent Carter. Patrick, go ahead, describe your character and what are they working on in the gun range?
Agent Carter, Agent Gabriel Carter. She's just an average-looking woman, mid-30s, dark black hair, blue eyes. She's rather tall, sort of on about 5'9". She's currently going through just target practice training to keep her skills sharp whenever she needs to go out in the field or be in one of the many experimental laboratories as a guard. Just sort of practicing her shot, making sure it's, dead on each time as best she can.
So as you're unloading on these targets, you have I'm sure the earmuffs on. You get a quick tap on the shoulder, and it is indeed George H.W. Bush.
I quickly put the gun down. Well, first I take out the magazine. I take out the magazine, the clip. Clear the chamber, check it, put the gun down, and then I remove my. Okay, why am I blanking on the word? You literally just said
it.
The earmuffs. Take them off.
He says,
Director.
No, don't let me stop you. Let's go ahead. Let me see how you do there. Been a while since I handled a firearm myself. Let me see how you do.
Oh, okay. Do you want to? There's an open spot next to me.
Yeah, he moves over to observe. So, to use a gun, let's go ahead and give me a dexterity check. Let's do our first roll.
Okay. Should I roll basically my attack roll?
Oh yeah, that'd be the best for this, I think.
That's only a 13.
A 13. Okay, 13.
Fair shot.
Okay. Yeah, it's a decent shot. I mean, you probably not the bullseye for sure.
It's not every day you have the director, watching you as you're practicing.
Yeah, I mean, you get some nerves. He looks over as you hit the target at least. I'm trying to see. Oh, here we go. The campaign. I don't know if I can see the roles of everybody. Well, I'll figure it out.
I can. I rolled a physical dice. I can roll a digital one.
Okay. Oh yeah. Whatever you prefer. But he's well, I mean, it's a decent shot, Agent Carter. Hey, there's many around in the agency, in the company, saying that might not have what it takes. But I'm not one of those. I'm in your corner.
Thank you, Director.
Yes. Oh no, not yet. It's still in the works. I'm still just flitting around doing various jobs here and there, like when I was with Zapata Oil back a few years ago. This is just so no, let's not count our chickens.
Of course. Mr. Bush.
Yes. So I've got something for you.
Oh, may I ask what it is?
It's a little bit of we're calling it Operation Exterminator. I'll fill you in with the details, but I've got to get the rest of the team together. If you'd like to meet at the croquet pitch.
Sure. Particular time? As soon as possible.
I mean, maybe within the hour.
Okay.
I would say it'd take me enough time to rustle up the rest of them.
Of course.
All right. And hey, Agent Carter, nice shooting.
Thank you, Mr. Bush. Or should I say, soon to be director?
Yes. So he heads out. By the way, this is all inspired by Russ Baker's Family of Secrets. Got to cite our sources there. Highly recommended book about the career of Poppy. Worth a read. So we cut away to another part of the Hermitage. This one is in I mean, it could be disguised as like kind of an indoor tennis court, any sort of indoor um, physical activity place, but instead is an incredibly high-tech laboratory. You have loads of those ancient reel-to-reel computers. I mean, state of the art at the time. Some of them even got fancy screens, and all surrounding a lab table. There was a figure there hooked up to these various computers and other devices with a profusion of wires. Marvin, go ahead and describe your character.
All right. So, as I said, Mr. Dowd is the soldier of tomorrow. He was a former sergeant of the U.S. Army who suffered an unfortunate accident during the Tet Offensive, but he was recovered by the government and remade into a robotic guardian of America. What kind of guardian? Something like this. This guy. Yes. He kind of looks like Gord from The Day the Earth Stood Still, but modernized. Has the visor, single eye, armored, head all over his body, and he's basically undergoing diagnosis right now because he's been on several missions before. And they're basically just making sure everything's tip-top and up to shape. Because they gotta make sure their asset is up to snuff. They gotta make sure the sergeant is in good health. I'm sorry about
that. So are you like, you think you're conscious at this point, or are you just totally switched off?
Oh no, he's totally switched off. Mr. Dowd is probably dreaming right now of what happened to him. Big, large explosions, fires all around, horrible pain, and then suddenly, Sergeant. Yes, I'm awake. Ugh. What do you eggheads want? Can't you just let me sleep for once?
So you are woken up, and yeah, you see the various technicians who are in charge of maintaining you, kind of standing around in a circle, all looking straight down at you. And they're joined by another head who is pretty familiar to you. You worked with him a few times. I mean, he sent you on various missions and covert ops all over the world. It is, Mr. Bush. So he says, there he is, the Tin Soldier.
What do you want? To send me out on yet another godforsaken hellscape mission?
Yeah. You're gonna like this one, though.
I'm sure I will.
He talks not to you, but to the technicians. Get him ready and have him meet me in the croquet pitch in maybe 20 minutes or so. And they're like, yes, sir. And he's like, that's what I like to see. All right. See you soon, Sergeant.
I'm sure you will. Well, you eggheads heard him. Get me up.
Okay, they start...
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, they start like wrenching out the wires and like popping some fresh batteries and various pieces of you, and bringing you back online.
Yep, and Sergeant Dowd stands up to his full height of 6'6". This gigantic cyborg. It towers over everybody. All right. So, where am I heading?
You head out to the croquet pitch. Okay, so Bush has just one more stop. He goes to the set of like cabins where some of the staff and experiments who cannot leave the Hermitage have their houses. These look like classic New England cottages. You got nice fences, like fun vegetable gardens out in front. Little like glider for sitting there, perfect for watching sun go down. He goes into one of these houses and there finds Zai 18, who is just doing some relaxing and he's playing around. Oh, what was that?
16.
Oh, Zai 16. Just always correct me if I get your numbering wrong. So Nick, what is you describe your character?
Sure. So as he's opening doors, he sees a fairly young man, about 25 years old, shock white hair, wearing aviator sunglasses. You see he is currently it looks like he has a rat in his hand that he's sort of like passing from one hand to the other, looks like it crawls up and down his arm. If he observes closely enough, he sees possibly that the rat sort of flickers or something along those lines. And then, like right as he is sort of, as the door opens, the rat sort of stops.
who
George
do you-
H.W. Bush, I presume.
Yeah. He's like, yes, that's the one. I'm gonna give him a perception check. I wonder what stat should I give George H.W. Bush? What a question. I'm gonna give
Technically
him
an investigation.
I mean, I would say he's a perceptive dude. I'm gonna give him a
Mhm.
+5 to this.
Sure.
All right, let's see how he does. He's gonna see if the rat. All right, so he gets a 15. I think that's enough.
I believe it's it's against my
Yeah.
save, which I believe.
Oh yeah, I
is-
guess what is your save for minor illusion?
Oh yeah,
that's
my save is 13, so yeah, he's
okay. He's
so
able to see through it. All
what
right.
he sees instead is a small crystal orb that he's sort of passing from hand to hand, and
So he looks over that and he's like, on the one hand, I'm glad that's not a real rat. I don't like him. On the other hand, you permission for that kind of thing, young man?
what thing?
That what's the word? Spheroid?
Oh, this it helps with my abilities. It helps me channel it.
Well, needs must, I suppose. Meet us at the croquet pitch in 10 minutes.
Going on another mission. Very well.
You got something. That's right. All right, Mr. 16. I'll see you there.
Everyone calls me. He actually hears in his head. Everyone calls me Zai.
Yeah, it gives him a little bit of shake, but I mean, he's sort of used to it, but it's still odd when you have a voice that's not your own speaking to you. He's like, okay, Zai, I'll see you there.
No.
So with that, all you guys head out to the croquet. Is it a pitch? Is it a court? It's the place where you play croquet. And amongst this beautiful green field where you got the mallets and the balls all set up in their various racks, Bush comes over as you guys all are together. Well, I think by the time Dowd, Zai, and Carter get there, Lamb is already there. Lamb, you have been given a new wheelchair that you're sitting in. I don't know if you ever had to, I guess, hide. You think Lamb has had to like hide her floating before?
Before she realized she could float, she was in a wheelchair, but she's learned telekinesis or developed her telekinesis in such a way to not have to use it, so she's looking a little sour about being back in one.
Okay. You do recognize Zai, who's like, over there meeting you, and then you see Carter, who you might have seen before, I think, maybe observing you. And this giant, humongous metal Goliath is all new, though.
You're gonna hear him before you see him.
And honestly, I think Carter's probably seen her, but she's probably never seen Carter.
Right, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And the metal person is definitely new.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But when she sees Zai, she does this.
Immediately the link is made. And how are you doing, Lamb?
Zai, it's so good to see you again. It's really nice to talk without having to use my vocal cords. You have no idea. It's been forever. How are you doing?
As well as you can be in these places.
Yeah, I know. I'm stuck in a missile silo right now, if you can believe it.
Yeah, probably.
But they've taken me out, so I guess I'm gonna destroy a city, finally.
Something like that, maybe. We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm gonna approach the sergeant because I think we've met each other, correct?
Oh yeah, you might have even worked together on a few missions, and he's I mean, maybe not low profile. Low profile he doesn't do, but when it comes to waging war, there's no one better.
Sergeant Dowd, it's good to see you again.
Agent Carter, and you see Sergeant Dowd pull out a little cigarette from a compartment and start simulating smoking it. He doesn't have a mouth, but he does it just as a habit.
You just kind of like jam the cigarette against like his metal, the sort of the faceplate. Oh man!
Exactly.
Wow.
Love the effect, by the way.
Oh yeah.
How are they treating you?
About as well as any other tech lab I've been in. More like a weapon, piece of equipment, but I'm used to it.
Well, as long as you're okay. At least let you sleep.
Yes, and I keep having the dream. It's so vivid sometimes. All these explosions, the plane overhead dropping bombs on us.
Sorry to hear that. Have you told them about this? Are they doing anything about it?
Nope, absolutely not. They just said, forget about it, Dowd. When we're done with you, you won't have any problems with nightmares whatsoever. Don't like the sound of that.
Interesting.
But what's been going on with you, Carter? Anything interesting happened these past couple months?
Aim's gotten worse, but that's just haven't had a chance to go to the range. But beyond that, really can't complain. I mean, obviously there are things I'd rather be doing, but here I am.
Oh, that's good to hear. But what's with the kids? Never seen them before.
Oh, Zion Lambda?
I don't think Zai's really a kid.
He's 25. 25, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, Lamb is at least a Carter.
Oh no, I'm only a teenager. That's true. But Zai's... Well, I know you'd think because of Lambda versus Zai that I would be from an earlier experiment, which is technically true. But from the first Lambda experiment that worked, the very, very first one, everybody involved tore up the skin off of their faces and ate it. So I'm glad I wasn't part of that.
Good to know.
They stopped being able to sleep.
That's wonderful.
That sounds somehow even more horrific than the face stuff.
So the talk of even more horrific. You are soon joined by Bush himself. He brings a bunch of manila folders with some like briefing materials that he passes out. And he's like, all right, well, let's get down to Operation Exterminator. Figured we do the briefing al fresco, it being such a lovely day and all. So anyhow, Operation Exterminator. Now, I don't suppose any of you guys are following the news about what's going on in New York.
You
Don't
think
really
they
tell
let
me
me
much.
watch the news?
Yeah.
Keep my eye on it.
Well, let's say nationwide, this is a moment, I think, of transition for the country and for the company. Certain, let's call them programs that we've done in the past had some embarrassing side effects that are starting to leak into the public, and it's best that those be swept under the rug. Well, one of them, a certain bug, is causing some real problems. It's called, he's called the silkworm, or that's the name that the newspapers gave him. You can see some of the crime photos in there, some of the crime scenes, some of the autopsies. Maybe you can see why. And the first couple images there are some very nasty crime scene photos, autopsy photos of a few murder victims. And some pretty horrible things have been done to these bodies. They've been all stitched up. Stitching has been worked into the eyes. Mouths have been stitched up, ears stitched up, and the limbs have been all like stitched together to sort of fuse the body into one. So Bush says he's got about maybe four victims that were sure that they're his. I'll follow that. He does that to all of them. Sorry if you've eaten before. They're a little nasty. Yeah, sews them up, carves out their tongues, keeps them alive in some decrepit places of that decrepit city for at least a couple days before finally cutting their throats, putting them out of their misery, and then leaving them out where they can be found.
And they call him the silkworm because
Yeah, wraps his victims up, cocoons, I guess.
Why don't they call him the spider then?
Yeah, spider could be a good one.
that's what I was thinking also.
She also is nervously petting Coco while looking at these pictures. She doesn't like this at all.
He's like, well, actually, I do think I know why. It's because he gave himself the name. And the next thing you see is a letter that he's written to like the New York Times. It's very weird and rambling. And it says like one of the things it says, besides, it's finally, I am the silkworm, or yours truly the silkworm is there at the bottom. There's a lot of talk about cocoon, about transformation, being cocooned. He also mentions that like it's like first or second line in this rambling letter is that I am the 18th apostle. There's something about how he was saved by the cross bearer and that he is in debt to the king of hell. And something weird about that is that hell is spelled with only one L.
Have you guys analyzed this letter at any point?
Yes, we've analyzed that, and we've analyzed, well, I won't bore you with the details, but suffice to say, the silkworm is one of ours.
Can I
So,
look at the letter?
please, yeah, you all have copies of everything in your dossiers.
She's gonna try to glean some insight off this letter, maybe? Like, kind of figure out the mindset here?
Sure. I mean, it's like you're thinking like psychically, or like just kind of using your
No, just
noodle.
figuring things out by good old-fashioned rolling an insight check.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
And while she rolls that, can I attempt to try to figure out the meaning behind the single L in hell, especially in some sort of like religious nature, maybe?
Oh, please. Yeah, why don't you roll I could see this be either religion or arcana, which we're using for like paranormal phenomenon in this game. So Lamb, you rolled an 8?
Sure did. She hands it back and goes, he's clearly mentally ill.
Yeah, you get that. This guy is definitely it's rambling of the rambling ravings for sure.
Can I
all
stop
right,
looking at the pictures now?
Oh, please. Yeah, you can close those up.
Thank you.
All right, Carter, how'd you do with
I got a 9.
a 9? Okay.
Yeah.
We're doing good.
I know, right?
I mean, it's weird. Hell without an L, and I mean, King of Hell. I mean, it seems like some kind of a satanic connection. But I mean, hey, it's HE double hockey sticks.
Yeah.
So it could be some like other religion's hell that it's referring to,
Could I maybe
or
look-
a different thing when it says hell with the one hockey stick. Oh, Dodd?
Yeah, could I maybe look through the letter and see if there's like a hidden code that the silkworm's written into it? Like certain letters
Absolutely.
make up a word.
Yeah. Give me an insight. Let's do insight check for that.
Insight or maybe investigation?
I think either could work. I like investigation too.
Okay. Yes, because I'm intelligent. Rolled a nat 1.
Oh,
Oh no, definitely no codes.
We go.
Hey, Zai, do you want to try failing too?
I
Hey,
was
sometimes
actually
the dice don't want it,
I want to subtle cast detect thoughts on Mr. Bush and see if there's like starting with his surface thoughts, seeing if there's anything that he might be leaving out.
Right. Okay. Remind me does he get a chance to save for that, or is it just
Not until I probe deeper.
okay?
so
So, you're
just
just going
his
for
surface
surface
thoughts.
thought?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you need to roll for that, or does it just happen?
It just happens for his surface thoughts, and then
Right. Okay. Cool. Okay. So okay. So he is thinking. He's just thinking like, oh no, this could blow up in our faces in 1,000 ways. How are these guys going to keep a low profile? And he's also thinking like, no, you got no choice. These are the best troubleshooters the Hermitage can supply, and they can shut down the silkworm. They've got the power to do that. You send ordinary agents over there, they'll come back in body bags. It's got to be these guys. So he says, all right, so so with that, like, silkworm's one of ours. It's got to be taken out. If, like, the NYPD catches him, he makes some kind of crazy confession. Well, I can't tell you the kind of trouble that will cause. So you got to go in there, find him, and, Operation Exterminator, take him out before he kills anybody else or before he talks. Oh, Zai.
With that, he keeps mentioning the silkworm. He doesn't, and that it's one of ours. I'm going to probe deeper. So it's a wisdom save on his part, DC 13.
DC 13. Okay, he gets a plus. I'm gonna give him a plus 3 to this. So he has to beat a 13.
Yes.
Okay, let's see how he does. Oh wow. That's a nat 1 for George Herbert Walker Bush.
Okay.
Zai.
Mm-hmm.
You in particular know that, like, he's casting a lot of weird looks at you, and as he does so, he's thinking, like, well, which one of the brothers you think is going to come out on top, 18 or 16? Hope you put your money on the right horse there. And I guess you probably understand the meaning of that, like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, that he is, Zai 18, another experiment in this program that created you, is definitely the silkworm. Okay, so he says, all right, so you'll be going to New York today. Arranged a private flight for you. Everything's been taken care of. You got a nice hotel room. You got a contact for you. He's quite a character. You'll love him. His name is, his stage name is Wampus the Clown. He's an old folk singer and clown that turned snitch for us during the House of Un-American Activities days, and he's been working for us ever since. So he's got, he's into the scene over there. He's got a place in Greenwich Village, and he's got the permission to get whatever supplies you need. He'll help you out. Oh, Lambda, or Lamb.
So, are we going to New York City or to a village?
You're going to New York, Miss Lamb. Oh, and I shouldn't have to say this, but guys are there to keep things quiet. You gotta find the silkworm and take him out. Please, keep it quiet. Do your best to, as hard as this seems, you gotta try and blend in. But it shouldn't be too hard. New York, it's a weird town.
Is it common for people to have purple hair there?
It's not that common. But, you get some odd, maybe wear a hat.
Okay. I have to wear a hat and stay in a pointless wheelchair. It's not going to be great for investigation,
Well, I'm sorry, but let's just say that you four are the right team for the job.
But if I wore a really long skirt, I'm only 4'11". If I'm hovering slightly off the ground, people are only going to think I'm 5'2".
Lamb, you trying to persuade him not to make you sit in a wheelchair?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and roll persuasion.
Okay. Not her best stat. Get a mighty +0.
I would say you have to be a 15 to make this
Let's
work.
presume I didn't do that.
Okay, never mind. All right, he's like, well, you'll be fine in the wheelchair. Okay, well, that's the end of the briefing. Any questions?
So you want this guy dead, not captured and alive?
Oh, yes. He's, like I said, sometimes company makes mistakes, and this is one of them. So please correct that error.
Of course.
Permanently.
It didn't take more than 18 days.
As Lamb turns to wheel herself out. Both of the wheels fall off the wheelchair. Uh-oh, guess I just have to float.
We'll get you another one when you get there. Don't worry. We got plenty of supplies.
We have a quartermaster for this.
Exactly. Wampus the clown. He'll get everything for you. So he heads out. He says, so you guys should all get packed. Meet over at the airfield in about a quarter of an hour. Agent Carter.
Yes.
Got a real quick thing to say to you.
Of course.
So after everybody else is headed out, he goes to Carter and takes 2 items out of his trench coat. He says, "Now I trust the Lambda project, and I trust the Tomorrow's Soldier project implicitly. However, the company didn't get to be where it is just by trust.
Of course.
So this one is for Lamb, and he gives you remote control. It's got some few various buttons on it, just like a simple kind of hockey puck of plastic. In case she starts having one of her episodes, this can shut her down.
Is this a permanent shutdown or a temporary shutdown?
Temporary. But if it needs to be permanent, you can. You have permission to do that. You are authorized to do that.
I'll try to avoid it to save the company some cost.
Please. And then he gives you another one. And this one is for Dowd. It's in case Tomorrow's Soldier doesn't obey orders, this will insist that he does.
Okay. I've worked with that before. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue, but thank you.
Oh, I don't think so either. And he says, Agent Carter, there were a lot of people after the Dawn's Disciples, well, let's call it what it is, a fiasco, who think that you're just, not cut out to be part of the company anymore. And, you know what I say, that once you're in for life. So this could be a good thing for you.
Thank you. I'll make sure this goes well.
I know you will, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate the vote of confidence, Mr. Bush.
And he says, and also that control, in case you want one of those episodes, can also for Miss Lamb, can also make those episodes happen as well, if need be.
From what I've seen, I don't know if that's a good idea, but I will keep that in mind.
Just in case.
Carter hears in her head, that is a very bad idea.
Just gonna ignore that.
Whoa. Okay.
I can't respond. Can I or can I? I don't know.
Yeah, you can respond.
I guess I'll respond back to about using it. Of course, I'm not going to use it, but to save the city, and to save innocence, I'll do what I have to.
All right.
So you should know better.
So
I don't know if Lambda heard any of that.
That was all telepathic.
Oh yeah, telepathic.
Yeah, and also the reason why Zai knew that is because he was still technically concentrating on detect thoughts. So he heard the entire conversation from Bush's perspective.
Smart.
I don't think you're going to be able to talk to Dowd psychically without some effort. Machinery
Maybe.
getting in the way.
Maybe not. We don't know.
Meanwhile, Lamb's floating slightly off the ground near the wheelchair as the wheelchair repeatedly bashes into the ground.
Oh no.
Like, I don't know why it's doing that. It's just doing that on its own.
Okay. So with a few, maybe after 3 wheelchairs get destroyed, the supply people of the Hermitage just sort of chuck the last one at you and hasten you onto the plane that speeds away and zooms to JFK Airport.
Okay.
And from there, you are, after a nice private flight, fully catered, all the great food you could possibly want, served up there. Airplane lands, and you are picked up at the airport in sort of an old van, a couple rust stains on it, and you are welcomed inside by Wampus the Clown. He's kind of an older, maybe in his, middle-aged showbiz guy. Has a bit of a gut, overalls over a collared shirt, the kind of your classic folky appearance with like a pork pie hat, and he still has some of his clown face paint on with like the nose. He welcomes you in and is like, sorry about this. Just came from a little benefit show I was doing. Hadn't had time to take my makeup off left. Anyway, come on in. I'm Wampus the Clown. Haunt, haunt.
You just want us to get into your rusty old van.
That's right. Welcome to New York.
Unsurprising.
I don't see a wheelchair ramp on it, so oh well. Guess I have to leave that behind.
You can put the wheelchair in the trunk there, and we'll pop it out for you, little missy, when we get to where we're going.
Oh, okay. Thanks so much. How nice of you.
So, Agent Carter?
Lambda.
Yes.
I know it's uncomfortable and I don't even like it, but the public isn't supposed to know. I'm saying this obviously as we're in the car when the doors are closed. Like, the public doesn't know about us, and the less they know about us, the better off they are. And that's the only reason why we're doing this. I have no issue with you doing your deal, but we need to keep up appearances for the sake of the public.
At which point she just points at the sergeant.
Oh, I know. I'm working on that.
Yeah, Wampus is like, yeah, I'm real curious what you're gonna do with that big old metal guy.
I'll figure it out.
Don't worry, the techs thought about this exact situation.
Oh, they did?
Yes. And just as a demonstration, Sergeant Dowd is going to cast Disguised Self on himself.
Wow.
And you
All
see
right.
this holographic projection and just kind of go all across the cyborg, shrinking him a little bit, about 2 feet, so he's 6'4", but he appears like a normal man, and seems like his late 30s, dressed in a coat, something inconspicuous to New York.
That's pretty impressive.
It's not perfect. Only lasts for about an hour, and I can't exactly touch anything or else it gives it away. But I can walk around like this.
Lan hears in her head, well, it seems the tin can has some tricks.
Yeah, I guess so. I just don't get why it's like an easier solution for him to have like this awesome disguise than for me to like just get a long skirt.
It's weird things, I guess. You don't want to accidentally freak out the public. It's dumb.
I can like bob up and down like I'm walking.
Yeah, I know you can, but
I'm really good at it.
yeah, I know you are.
I've never tried to do it before, but I bet I'm really good at it.
You're probably good at it.
I'm probably the best at it.
Probably.
So, Wampus, how do you spell your stage name?
It's a Wampus.
Okay, for some reason I was thinking there was probably an H in there.
Can I make a
Nope.
history check on the term wampus, by the way?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
You could do Arcana as well, maybe, but either is good.
All right, my history check is a 17.
Okay. The Wampus is like a mythical, like American folklore creature of like a kind of a monstrous cat.
Why are you
So it's
named
sort of
after-
something out of American folklore.
Does your clown costume normally have something to do with cats?
He's like, no, not really. I just sort of like the name. It speaks of all your old log cabins and pine forests, kind of things that are good when you're telling a story about America's folkways.
Oh, I get that.
As a clown.
Yeah, well, I gotta make ends meet, so sometimes I do children's parties and that sort of thing. The folk singing, I was, look, Pete Seeger told me the folk singing thing wouldn't work out, okay? But you know what? I snitched that motherfucker out to the House of Un-American Activities Committee and nearly sent his ass to jail, so who's laughing now?
You said a bad word.
Oh, sorry, little missy. I'll have to put a quarter inside my swear jar.
So that's how that happened. Got it. Well, I'm glad to have you on our side, I guess.
Yeah, well, look, it was either that or kind of a lengthy prison term for associating with certain fellow travelers and some other things I was doing back then in my weaker moments. Anyhow, let's talk about you. So, here you're going after this silkworm guy.
Indeed, we are. That's what we've been sent out to here to handle.
All right. Well, you'll be wanting to get your investigation underway, I expect, and I know just where to start.
Oh, good. That's always my next question is, do you have any idea, have any information for us?
Yep, I put on my old detective cap, and I was thinking, gotta find out about the latest victim. He's a guy named Roy.
Roy.
First name is Roy, and his last name is Roy.
His parents must have been very drunk.
Could be.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, he was sort of a drunkard or something. He was into something or other. He owned a disco called the Crown Club over near 42nd Street.
What's a disco?
That's a type of music genre.
Rather good, from what I heard.
It's fun to dance to.
Okay, I believe you. I'm apparently not allowed to dance right now.
I mean, we are currently in a car, so...
He's like, yeah, we'll go there directly. So what I figure is ask around, see if you can find any details about Roy. Because, I mean, when I get, Silkworm isn't picking his victims randomly. There seems to be some kind of purpose in it. But, I don't know what it is. I'm just a simple folk singing clown. Honk, honk.
I'm gonna have to put up the act with us, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's okay.
You know, if
It's
the
got
victim,
a little practice.
you know, if the,
Something to eat.
Sure.
That's the thing, because I had the same something as well.
What are you? I mean, what are you in the mood for?
I don't know. What do they eat in New York?
How about it? Get yourself a, honest to God, New York hot dog.
Yeah, I like hot dogs. They feed me those in the missile silo.
All right, I'll see what I can do. So takes a little bit of a drive. You make it through the expressway. Oh, Zai.
I was going to ask him, do you know if there's any similarities between the victims? Anything that they have in common?
He's like, well, I mean, I'm just a simple folk singing clown, like I said. But there does seem to be, I mean, some of them seem on the up and up, but some of them seem pretty low to the gutter, if you know what I mean, like into some shady business. So see what you can find out about Roy.
Sure.
Okay, so cruises down the expressway. You hit Manhattan. This is the era when New York is just about at its nadir. You got some, unintended buildings. Like, we're not quite at the Bronx is burning era, but like it's pretty bad. But still, there is a kind of beauty and vitality to this time and place. You get all kinds of like vibrant graffiti. You get like music blasting out on street corners. It's like the middle of the summer too, and like it is hot. It's that bad New York heat where your clothes stick to you. Like, it's New York summer's nothing to sweat at. This is a bad one. This is the kind of weather where they're smashing open fire hydrants to get that water so everyone can play in it, enjoy a little bit of relief from the heat. As
They
you
paint
roll
on the
through,
buildings.
yeah, and like I was gonna ask Lamb, like this is like nothing you've ever seen before. I mean, even on TV, they probably wouldn't show, New York like this. Dowd, it's your disguised self. It probably hasn't been an hour yet. You probably got another like maybe 50. I mean, maybe you just turn it on for a second in the car, so you have another like 55 minutes, I would say, by the time he stops the car.
Okay, so then spend the full spell slot.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll say you cast it like as soon as you get out of the car and you kind of begin your investigation.
gotcha.
That they paint on the buildings.
I was going to ask, how's Lamb feeling like seeing this world outside the bunker for the first
She's
time?
obsessed with the fact that they've been painting on buildings.
Wow.
They don't let me do that to my silo.
They don't even let you paint.
They
Well-
let me paint, just not on the walls.
A lot of this was not done with people's permission. Some was. Some of it here is, but not everything. Like it's kind of. I assume it's like a subway car that's passing on the above ground section.
Oh yeah.
Some of those are approved. People are allowed in the paint on those, and other ones aren't.
And they
Oh.
have the dog restrooms. Look, Coco. Like I've seen on TV.
Not exactly dog restrooms, but doesn't
That's-
seem to stop them.
A fire hydrant.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're a little more than dog restrooms, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I believe you. I was looking forward to getting a hot dog.
Yeah, as he gets, closer to kind of the downtown area where the Crown Club is, he parks. Dowd, you can put on your disguise self completely now. And it's getting to be the evening. This is, the time when New York really starts to come alive. All those you get those long summer evenings. It's getting darker. The lights are all flickering to life in the various skyscrapers towering above you. Wampus orders you guys, it's his treat. You guys have been given a little bit of folding money, but he's the one who really dispenses that kind of thing. He buys all you guys just some franks at a stand. And as you guys are eating, he actually goes into a nearby thrift store. And as you're finishing up, he comes out and Lamb, he gives you one of those long 70s kind of stripy checkered dresses.
Oh, can I wear this and not have to sit in the chair anymore?
He's like, yeah, I figure what could be the harm in it.
Okay, she puts on the dress, floats out of the chair, and then the chair smashes against a wall real hard.
The hot dog guy is like, what was that?
I'm a street magician. Magic.
Oh,
Don't worry about it, sir. It's just go about your business, please.
like that Houdini you hear about.
Yeah,
Sure.
something like that.
What are the flat, cheesy things over there? She's pointing at a pizza place.
Oh, right,
Oh.
okay. It took me a second.
Black cheesy things. It's a pizza.
What's that?
Some. Wow, I don't think I've ever had to describe pizza to anybody. It is. They take a big slab of dough, stretch it out into a circle, put marinara, which is tomato-based sauce, cheese, and then toppings.
Okay,
It's delicious. We'll get you some when we're in town.
okay, I think I want to try that. Yeah, that'd be good.
Speaking of food, would anyone like to have an extra frank? I'm not exactly hungry.
Sure, Coco wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, Coco's looking.
Coco would like it. Just scrape the mustard off. It's not good for dogs.
Really?
I don't know. Somebody told me that once.
Well, Sergeant Dowd's gonna do exactly that. Little compartment opens up in his finger, disguise finger, and just slurps up all the mustard off the dog.
What, you have
The hot
a
dog.
condiment slurping device as part of you?
It's just a vacuum.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's his version of prestidigitation.
Oh, yeah, that makes total sense. I love
Yeah.
how it's
That's cool.
you just get dog to vacuum up little things. But yeah,
It's
Super
it's
cool.
good because Coco, you can eat this hot dog because it's not laced with drugs. Yeah.
yeah, Coco just devours that hot dog.
Coco's always begging for them back in the silo, but I can't give them to her there because of all the drugs in them.
Well, if there's any other food Coco would want, let me know. It's not exactly like I'm gonna eat it.
Okay. Coco likes food, don't you, girl? You do. And she kind of forgets that she's even supposed to be walking, and her feet just kind of she goes up into the air in an improbable way to pet the dog.
I reach over and I put my hand on her shoulder and push her down a little bit, Lamb, need to pay attention a little bit.
Sorry.
I mean, in New York, thankfully, people I've been trained not to stare, so nobody really notices. Yeah.
True. Still is like that.
Okay, so just a little bit down the block is the Crown Club. It's got like a very cool neon crown sign above the door. There's just a little bit of a line, but not too bad. If you wait a little bit, you get inside, and it is like a very intense disco. There's like a few of those cool disco mirrored balls up there spinning around, getting the lights. You got like light up floor panels. There's a pretty decent crowd just like shimmying and dancing it up over there while those pulsating tunes are playing. And around the sides, there's like all these kind of booths and open aisles. There's a full bar where the drinks are flowing. I'm sure certain customers at these booths are enjoying refreshments of a powdery nature to kind of help them enjoy the evening. So the place is certainly popping, and you can see a few people who could be asked to learn about the owner. There's a waitress who's delivering drinks to some of like the higher end tables. There's the DJ who's like mixing it up in his booth. So any of these sort of long-term employees could be possible people to talk to about Roy, and see if you could find what Roy was into and what could have drawn the silverhorn to him. Yeah, so what do you guys do?
Why are they putting powder in their noses?
It's not good manners to stare and point at people.
Oh, okay, I'll just go over and get some then.
Nope.
Not a good idea.
That's not what you need to do.
Probably best we stick together on this. Never know who might be watching.
She looks around super dramatically.
I'm gonna go over to the waitress. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm Agent Carter. I'm from the Federal Bureau of Investigations.
Whoa.
We're here about. Obviously, I pulled her off as she's near the bar. We're here to sort of do some investigative work about Mr. Roy, the owner of the establishment.
Oh man. Look, I already told the police everything I know. Why don't you go ask them?
Look, I'm sure you told them everything, but I'm not here to look at him as a victim. I'm here to try to find out more about him as a person, and trying to figure out maybe why this terrible thing happened to him.
Give me a persuasion check. I don't know if you're like offering her anything.
Could it be a deception since I'm saying I'm from a different agency, lying about who I am?
Lying. Yeah, I'll allow it. Yeah, I'll say so.
That's a 19.
Oh man. Okay, so yeah, when she mentions the FBI, like anybody would, she freaks out. She like lowers her voice. She's like, "Look, I could get in trouble for talking to you."
I understand. I'm not here to get you in trouble. I'm just here to find out more about Mr. Roy. If you don't want to talk to me, I get it. I have some people who I have, are hired by the Bureau to handle the more subtle aspects of it. If you want to talk to them, just like a moment of your time, that's all.
She's like, "Okay, look, I'll tell you this. Mr. Roy was an all right guy, but he had some dangerous friends. Now, you didn't hear it from me, but I think he was moving weight for the Grimaldi family." Now, he was, sometimes he get a little strung out. I think he was dipping into his own supply. And I think they whacked him. Like I said, you didn't hear it from me.
Of course, I don't know. We've never talked. While I'm here, can I get a Manhattan?
She's like, "Yeah, but are you gonna pay for a Manhattan?"
Of course I'm gonna pay for a Manhattan. What's wrong with
Okay,
you?
well, cash up front, sweetheart.
I pulled some cash out.
Okay,
Just ordering drinks. Calm down.
So while this conversation is happening, Lambda turns to Zai, and says, points at her head.
Oh, there's always been affection between these two.
Oh, can you watch my dog for a minute?
I don't see why not. Where are you
I
going?
don't know why they have a dog in the club. Thanks.
Where are you going?
She bobs out to the dance floor, trying to look like she's walking.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll
Yeah,
a
Lamb
perception.
goes to the dance floor. Is Lamb gonna try dancing?
Yeah, she's gonna try dancing.
Okay. If you want to do anything like get impressive with it, you can do a performance check. But otherwise, I would say you're pretty. It's not too hard to groove to the beat.
I think she's definitely just groove to the beat right now because this is her first time ever being on a dance floor, so she doesn't even know how to cut loose. She's just enjoying bobbing with a bunch of other people.
Oh, totally. Yeah. You bob with a bunch of other people and are just like, taken in by the kind of euphoria that you feel when you're like with others, moving to some incredible music. And yeah, I mean, this is definitely the first time Lamb has experienced this wonderful feeling.
I like this song.
Okay, so the music's going on. Are you guys? Let me check in. What is Dowd doing?
People watching. He's taken up a chair and is just scanning the crowd. Probably a little database is in his vision, like cross-referencing profile pictures, rap sheets, stuff like that. Seeing who's here, who might be someone we need to talk to.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Righto. 17.
Ooh, okay. You notice someone who is staring like straight at you. Has been like watching your group, especially watching Carter talking to the waitress. He's like kind of a maybe early 30s, super flashily dressed guy. He is kind of like a disco cowboy look. He is like, curled the perm hairstyle under like a big black cowboy hat with like a bunch of like some silver bands on it. Like leisure suit with the big butterfly collar over like a sort of a leather, almost like fringed vest. He's sitting with like two other guys who just radiate goon that are glaring right back at you. And as you are staring, he walks across the room and he goes over to join Carter and Zai while Lamb is dancing there. And he's like, hey, you're you guys new here or something? You're out of towners? Coming to enjoy the music?
Yeah, coming in to get a drink and having some fun.
I'll bet. See you chatting up the wait staff. What's with that?
Of course. Oh, I can't chat, with the wait staff because I think they're beautiful. Got a problem with that?
Maybe I do. Maybe at this establishment. Maybe.
We're just trying to be friendly.
Well, we don't seem so friendly. You coming in here asking the wrong questions.
I would like to cast friends.
Oh boy. Okay. He gets a saving throw for that, right?
No, it's just I have advantage on charisma checks directed at him for a minute.
Okay, it's only for a minute, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after that minute, he technically realizes that I use magic to influence his
Oh
mood.
man. Okay, let's do this. Oh yeah.
No. We can all be friends. I mean, I don't see why we can't.
How does it look when you cast this? Like, or what is the or is there a look, or does it just kind of like happen?
I would say like it's somatic. Okay. So technically, like, I guess Zai has had his hand in his pocket, which is where his orb is, and if the orb wasn't in his pocket, you would see that it glows a slight purple as he says the word friends.
Okay. yeah, his eyes soften a little bit, and he's like, well, maybe you got off on the wrong foot.
Exactly.
My name is Jackie Coletta. Everyone calls me the cowboy.
Well, Jackie, maybe you can help us out. We're sort of trying to get a lay of the land. We thought we'd
Yeah,
saw
you
this
know
place.
what? I like your face.
Yeah, just getting a lay of the land. Maybe seeing if there are any nice places. You seem like a kind of a person who would know your way around here.
Oh, everybody knows that. So I'll be a faithful, guide, Buffalo Bill or whatnot. So who sent you? Are you with? I mean, you're not from the five families, or I would know about it. Or you're not from Jersey or anything. I would definitely know about that. Who you with?
At that, Carter would hear in her head, what was the family that?
The Grimaldi family, who are one of the five families.
The Grimaldi family is not one of the five
they're
families.
not.
I don't know.
Were.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I do not know if you would know that.
Can I make a history check?
Yeah, Carter, go ahead. History.
No, that's gonna be a 4. I don't know if they're the four families.
No, yeah, like geopolitical history. You don't know like New York, like mob underworld history. Yeah.
I just I'm just gonna can I just make a luck roll to see if I say the right thing?
What did you say? Let me.
I think she would say the Grimaldi family because that's who obviously this person is dealing with, and it might be able to get us in the good graces.
Okay.
But she is very concerned that that's one of the five families because she doesn't know who they are.
Yeah. He gives you like a really long stare. I think this happens like right as the minute starts to run out. It ends. Oh, Zai?
Yeah, we're just sort of seeing some things, and as soon as I know that the minute comes up, just like he will say, well, I suggest you sort of stay on your way and not really bother us anymore. As I cast suggestion.
Ooh,
and I'm going to subtle cast this time.
Okay, suggestion. So you're asking him to just kind of go on his way?
Yep, and leave us alone. It's a wisdom save 13.
Okay, his wisdom is not the best. He's gonna get a. Let's go with the +2 to this one. Base speed of 13.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see how he does. Okay. He looks at you. He mentions something to one of the guys behind him, who's like, Momo. He kind of nods his head. Momo nods back and heads out. He looks back at you guys and he's like, okay, we're gonna have a bit of a conversation here together. With that, like the music suddenly stops, the lights go out, and you hear like Momo, speaking to the microphone. All right, the Crown Club's closed. Everybody out. Hey, no arguments. Get moving. As you're going, Jackie the cowboy like opens up his jacket a bit. You see he has two like fancy revolvers in his kind of like hidden by the he's wearing like a jacket over the vest, so they were sort of hidden. So he's got these like kind of cowboy guns. He draws one of these and he's like, all right, you fucking mutts, I wonder what kind of weird voodoo you worked on me. We're gonna have a long goddamn conversation about it right the fuck now. Get onto the dance floor. I'm gonna see you move your feet. And I think with that, as everyone heads out and his goons start closing in, it is time to roll initiative.
Am I heading out with the people that were on the dance floor? Or am I?
I'll ask you that, like, because you do definitely see like this guy and his two buddies threatening your three friends.
Okay.
Yeah, and me too. As soon as I realized that things are going south, I would have messaged both Lamb and Dowd in their heads. Just like, seems things are going to get violent.
All right.
Okay,
Ah.
I don't think that gives you like a surprise round or anything.
No.
You're
No.
ready for it. Okay, let me.
I will roll initiative, but she is acting like she's about to leave. She's gonna wheel back in a second.
Okay, got it. Well, let's roll initiative here. So
Yeah.
let me auto roll for the goons. Okay, so we got a 14 for Zai. Oh wow, it fills in for me automatically.
Yeah, it does that.
Awesome. Okay, I rolled for them. Very cool. You got a 9 for Lamb.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Okay. Carter, Dow, do you want to roll or should I just plug something in? Or, I mean,
Did it not auto plug? I got a 22.
I got a 20.
nice. I don't see the 22 for Carter.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either.
I'll
Sorry,
go
I
ahead
don't
and
know,
plug
it's
it in
weird.
for you.
Yeah.
Seeing all your other.
All
rolls,
right,
but
let's
not
start it
that.
out. Okay, so Carter, like your training kicks in. You recognize like the danger these mafioso present. You definitely see like a gun has been drawn. You also know that like maybe leaving bodies behind, even if they are mafia hitters, might not be the best way to keep a low profile. But you're in a gunfight now. What are you gonna do?
So he has his guns drawn, right?
He has one drawn, and you see there's one goon who's like up at the DJ stand. That's Momo. The other one, Lefty, is kind of like between the DJ. He's like on the dance floor.
I'm gonna say to the group, try not to kill them, please. And I'm going to, I'm not gonna draw my guns. I'm gonna draw my Bowie knife and a sort of K-bar that I have, and I'm gonna
Whoa.
close in on the main guy.
Okay, so you charge for Jackie the Cowboy. Okay, you're able to get. He's not far away from you. You make it. Attack him with that knife.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my main hand and bonus action offhand.
Nice.
My short sword, which is my Bowie knife.
Okay. I'm gonna
13.
say that first one. Let's see. No, I think you gotta be. Yeah, that one's not gonna hit. You do a
Okay.
quick swing, but he's like fast on his feet. He's able to like kind of slide back and avoid the knife. So go ahead and try and get him on the back swing.
It's a 21.
Definitely hits. Roll that damage.
And I'm doing this all non-lethally.
Okay.
It's 4 points to my dagger. So I basically feint with the side blow, and then sort of flip it around and strike him with the back end of the dagger.
Okay. Yeah, you get like a nasty slice across his kind of cheek and chest. He looks upset, but he's hurt, but still going pretty strong. All right, that brings us to anything else you want to do? I think you move, you do your attack.
I'm basically going to sort of adjust it so that his two other goons aren't able to shoot at me easily. So I'm kind of shift it around so that I'm basically facing all of them, and this dude's in front of me, the cowboy's in front of me.
Okay, that brings us to Marvin.
Sergeant Dowd. Okay,
Oh yeah, Sergeant Dowd. Sorry.
so Dowd's gonna stand up from his chair and let his disguise drop. So now there's a 6'6", 500-pound cyborg staring right at them.
Oh man,
So-
intense.
So those two goons back there, are they next to each other within like 15 feet or so of Dowd?
Are they within 15 feet?
Yeah,
I would say
other-
one is, but the other one is further back at the DJ booth. One of them is like on the dance floor.
one of them's on the dance floor.
So
Okay.
he's the one who would be within range here, I think.
So instead of that, Mr. Dowd is going to pick up a chair and launch it at the guy closest to him with catapult.
Amazing. With catapult? Okay, yes, I love this.
Yeah, it's a first level spell. So he's got to make a DC 13 dex saving throw.
Okay, and you're thinking, so you're trying to like hit both of them, or
No, it only hits one. The other
okay,
one's
wait,
too
what am I
far
doing
away
here?
for the other
DC,
thing.
so it was 13?
13 dex saving throw.
Okay, they add nothing to their dexterity, so let's roll it. Let's see if he does it. That'd be a 13 or lower. He got a 15, I'm afraid.
Dang. So let's
Saber suck.
Saber
nothing.
suck, so it does nothing. So he sees this cyborg just pick up the chair he was sitting in and just fucking launch it at him. But it's quick thinking. He ducks it, and the chair just smashes against the wall. Leaves a bit of a dent too.
Ooh, yeah, you just like hurl this this bar stool, goes like rocketing across the room. He looks terrified. Like when like the robot appears, these guys think they might have bitten off more than they could chew.
As a move action, Dowd's just going to walk menacingly toward that guy now.
Oh man, that's Lefty, by the way. Momo's the one behind the counter.
Yeah.
And that brings us to Jackie the Cowboy himself. Okay, he is going to try and reach his pistol up and take a shot at Agent Carter.
Okay.
All right, so Carter, you got 18 armor.
Yep.
Okay. He gets I'm gonna say, go with a +3 for this one. He does get 2 attacks. First one fails with a 4. He tries to get the pistol up. You're just like, maybe like wedging your hand against it. It fires, just blasts into the ground. The next one, only a 17. So he tries to get the gun up. You're just like wrenching it down. It fires twice, blasts into the dance floor. Shattered glass goes everywhere. He is just glaring hatefully at you as he's trying to wrench his pistol up. Okay, next up, we got Momo, who is behind the bar. He pulls out like an automatic from his coat, and he's going to try and take a shot at Dowd. He gets a +2 for this one. So Dowd, your armor class is 18.
I was on mute. Yep, 18.
Okay, you only got a 15 to hit.
Yep,
does
Dowd's shield
not
comes
work.
up.
What's that?
Dowd's shield comes up.
Ooh, how does that look like?
Yeah, it's just an unfolding shield of its left arm. Still walking towards Lucky.
Yeah. So this like shield just appears, the bullet slams into it, sparks off. Okay, give me I think at this point for Momo, Dowd, give me a intimidation check. Because like he's not meant to be fighting, Robbie Robot here. Like
Ironically, Dowd has a -1.
Oh, this huge intimidating robot. Okay, well let's see.
Yeah, he got an 8.
An 8. Okay.
So I
he
guess
thinks maybe he can take you.
Or we could say he's so scared out of his mind, his fight or flight response activates and it chooses to fight.
That makes more sense. It clicks over to fight. Okay, let's go to Zai. And
right.
We got one more goon, and next up is Lamb.
So Zai will immediately try and find cover as wherever he can, and he's going to.
You're right next to the bar, so you can vault over it. It will take like maybe half your movement.
Okay, yeah, he'll vault over and sort of look over at it was Momo, and whisper some words in a strange language that no one knows, and Momo hears those strange words in his head as I cast Dissonant Whispers.
Dissonant Whispers. Okay, remind me what that one does. It's like a wisdom saving throw?
It is a wisdom saving throw, yes.
Okay, his wisdom is a 0. What does he got to beat?
13.
13. Okay, let's see if we can do it. Oh, he definitely does not. So what's the effect of that one?
So he takes 3d6 psychic damage.
Oof.
And so he takes 15 points of psychic damage, and he must immediately use his reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
My God. Okay. Yeah, he definitely hasn't used his reaction yet. So like, what is it? He hears this like terrifying whispering in his mind. You see him like peek up from behind the DJ booth, and with just like he lets out this, shriek and just goes like running out. This bulky mob hitter, terrified. He smashes through the back door and dashes out into the alley, into the darkness of the alley behind the disco.
Right before he dashes, he does see a small glow of purple coming from the glasses.
Whoa. Yeah, that's that glow just kind of like fading into the darkened disco. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's now we go to Lefty, who is still on the bar. I think he is going to take. Let's see. Zai's got. Zai, you got like full cover because you're behind the bar. You probably wouldn't.
Yeah. Basically,
he wouldn't. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Basically, as soon as Momo started running, I then ducked back behind the bar.
I think he wouldn't take a shot at Carter for fear of hitting his boss, so he's going to shoot at Dowd again. So he whips out his automatic, tries to open fire on like the side of this robot. I'm afraid he does hit with an unnatural 20.
Right.
So Dowd, you're going to take, this is going to do a, or actually give me a second here, let me check out. Or okay, never mind. You take 5 damage.
Okay, 5 damage. Dowd's still moving.
Yeah, as the bullet just kind of like rams into your side. You can see him like, getting ready to, he gets off of that dance floor. He's pretty freaked out by what happened to Momo. And Lefty's getting some partial cover behind one of the tables in the disco. All right, Lamb.
Okay, is there a place on the floor where people are within 20 feet of each other?
I think at this point, no. Oh wait, 20 feet?
20
yeah,
feet.
I would say yes. I think Jackie the Cowboy and Lefty are within 20 feet.
Okay, so she flies to the midpoint between them.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be 10 feet to her one way, 10 feet to her the other way.
Right, yes.
As she manifests translucent arms from her back, which lash out every which way. They need to make dexterity saving throws DC 13.
Okay. Carter is in this too. Does it only hit can it
only hits things that I want to hit.
Okay, perfect. So they both got to make saving throws 15.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Lefty gets a 0 to this, and Jackie the Cowboy gets a +4 to this. Okay. So let's see what happens here. Okay. I'm going to say Jackie makes it. Lefty does not.
Okay, so this is a save or suck. So only the goon's going to take this damage. Now this is her bonus action.
Okay. Ooh, wow. All right.
So she's manifested her arms.
Nice.
So the goon has taken 8 points of force damage.
Oh man. Okay.
As these arms lash out.
Nasty.
And she looks at Agent Carter and goes like, "I'm sorry, I'm gonna get weird now." And then she's also going to use an action to attack the goon if the goon's looking kind of beat.
This is Lefty. He's
Lefty.
looking not so good. He still has. He's like his eyes are like both black and he's got like blood streaming down his face, but he's still definitely standing.
Okay. The astral arms reach out 10 feet, so they just kind of both focus on him and kind of try to like pick him up and smack him down.
Nice.
So we'll see what happens. This is just a straight up attack roll.
Okay. You got to beat an 11.
And no, I did not beat an 11. That was a terrible roll. It happens.
It happens. The arms. Okay, go ahead.
And describe.
Well, yeah. What does it look like when the arms kind of reach out but just don't quite connect?
I would just say that they kind of don't manage to materialize properly. They just kind of reach through him and then like pull out the other side.
Okay. All right.
So it's not a great feeling, but it doesn't do any damage.
Right. Anything else or?
I don't know how much movement she had altogether to get there.
I would say, you probably used. Did you go outside with the rest?
She didn't
of the
go
crowd?
all the way outside. She kind of turned around at the door, but she probably used her full 40 to get there. I don't know how big this club is.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
All right. So, okay. Let me make one quick attack roll. So, Momo has run outside, and then something happens to him.
Ooh.
You hear a terrifying scream. Yeah, but it's not from the dissonant whispers. It's hard to see what's going on to him back in the alley, but you hear like, oh my god, bugs! Ah! And then you hear his pistol like firing off rapidly, and then going silent suddenly.
Seems another player has joined the game.
Yeah. Jackie, looking, this horrible moment kind of like cuts through his nervousness. He kind of like shouts out like, Momo, what's going on back there, man? And there's no response. Okay. Back to the top of the order. Agent Carter, you're still kind of wrestling it out with Jackie. So your turn.
I'm going to look at him and say, Jackie, you're in over your head. Get out of here while you can.
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
Can this persuasion or intimidation?
I mean, I guess I could see intimidation. You're trying to scare him. He is hard to scare, though. You got to get a. I'm gonna say you got to beat a 17 for this guy. I mean, he's a capo. He's not used to being scared. You got to beat a 17 for him.
Only a 14.
All right.
Guess I'll keep on trying to knock him out as quickly as possible so you can focus on this new threat that's appeared.
Okay, so what do you do?
Short sword, dagger to knock him out.
Okay, give me that attack roll. You got to beat a. Oh yeah, that definitely does it.
Yeah, 21 to hit.
I was gonna say 15, but yeah, absolutely. Okay, roll the damage on him.
That's 7 points of damage, non-lethal.
Nice. Yeah, you just like slam the handle into his head. He's looking dazed, but he's still up.
I'm gonna pump in a. Can I do it at this level? I think I can.
Should be able to.
I'm gonna pump in a divine smite.
Okay, go for it.
First level, that's all I got. That's gonna be 2d8.
Oof. Okay.
8 points of radiant damage.
Okay. I think he's hurt enough that he's like, and whatever's going on in the alley is starting to like freak him out a bit. So he actually like after this blow from the knife, he pulls back. Or actually, well, it's not his turn yet, but he's looking like the fight is going out of him.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna maybe finish him off with the backhand with the dagger.
Oh, okay. That just hits with a 15. Yeah, go ahead.
It's only 2 points of damage non-lethally.
Okay, it's something.
Yeah.
All right. That brings us to Dowd.
Okay, so he's still advancing on Lucky, was it?
Lefty.
Lefty. All right. So I think he would reach him by now, right?
Oh yeah. He does. I mean, if you're doing melee, I guess this wouldn't matter, but he does have partial cover from behind the bar, which I think partial cover means you attack with disadvantage.
No, it means that they have a +2 to their armor class.
Right. Okay. My bad. So he has a 13 armor class if you're doing ranged attacks on him.
Nope. Melee. Thunder gun.
Ooh, nice. Doesn't even matter. Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Ooh, only a 6.
Really?
I'm sorry. You have to beat an 11 to hit him. That does not quite do it.
By the way, it's Lefty behind the bar and Lucky's further out on the dance floor.
Oh, sorry, guys. Momo is the one who was behind the DJ booth, who has ran out. He ran the alley after Zai scared him, and something got him. There is no Lucky. Lefty is the one who Sergeant Dowd was trying to clobber just now. And then Jackie the cowboy is the one who was wrestling with Carter.
Okay, so I hit Lefty before with the arms.
Yes, so Lefty's already not looking so good. Mm-hmm. He tried to shoot Dowd, did not work. Okay, and that does bring us to Or actually, Dowd, anything else you want to do?
Nah, Dell missed and smashed something else besides his head. So, well, that's it for him.
Okay. So that brings us to Jackie. He's actually going to disengage, and he's going to start moving out towards the alley. He's like wants to figure out what happened to Momo, and he wants to get away from you guys. So he's just like he shouts out to his guy, Lefty, keep a lid on him. Keep him here. I'm gonna go check on Momo. Don't let these jamokes get out of here. And he disengages. That's his action. He makes it to the door of the alley. You see him peer out into the shadows, and you hear like, "Oh no, Momo!" And he also looks very upset, or sounds upset. That is his turn. It brings us to Lefty. He is going to open fire with his pistol on Dowd, who's right in front of him. All right, so +4 to hit. Got to beat an 18. Let's see if he can do it. I'm afraid this time he does. It's going to be a d6 of damage to Dowd.
The dice are not with me tonight.
5 damage. Yeah, so he just like close range, he can't miss, he just shoves the pistol close to you and just like fires. It blasts inside, damages your circuitry, but you're still standing. Okay, that's his turn. That brings us to Zai.
Okay.
And Lamb is next. Momo is dead.
Eaten by bugs.
Yeah. You know what? Lefty's gonna hear in his head, Lefty, now is not the time to keep us at bay. The thing that your friends are dealing with now is something that we can help you with. I know this is scary. Don't worry about what's happening now. Just let us do our job.
Okay, we're going for persuasion or doing a suggestion on him?
I don't have suggestion anymore. I've used up.
Okay, it's just a straight persuasion check?
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Persuasion. Okay. He's persuadable. I would say he's freaked out by this whole event.
Probably
you gotta beat a 13, I'm gonna say, for this guy.
We'll see.
You can beat a 13.
Ooh, yes. 18.
18. Okay, so he hears this in his head, you're saying?
Yep. Which is why I said now is not the time to freak out about this kind of thing.
He's like, yeah, too late about that. I'm freaking out. He's like, so he kind of like, he drops his pistol. His hand is up. He's like reaching to his, oversized cross necklace, down below his butterfly collar, as he's like backing up and going to the wall, just terrified. He's like, okay, look, you crazy. You got a freaking robot, freaking psychic speaking in my own head. Girl with these kind of weird see-through ghost arms. Just get out of here.
I feel like your friend needs help right now, as Carter hears in her head. So this silk moth or whatever his name is.
Silkworm.
It is a bonus action to trade voices.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Not with my Kalistar, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah, Kalistar, so I forgot.
Yeah. Because he's technically a Kalistar, but anyways, he's human. Anyways.
Never mind.
No, you're good. I mean, I still had a bonus action, so it would have. So yeah. So Carter hears. Well, it seems that Silkworm is experiment 18 of the Zai project, so we might be dealing with a psychic.
You hear back, I could have used that information before we began.
Didn't really want to say that. Note that I knew this information in front of our contacts.
That's fair.
Okay, while this is going on,
This has been way more than 6 seconds. Can I go?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Vi, you're good, right? Okay, we got the communications. Yeah, Lamb, go ahead.
Okay, so there's a guy that's just backed up with his hands raised, right?
Yeah, that is Lefty.
Okay. The boss is at the door.
Yeah, he's like right in the doorway. Something else is getting his attention.
All right, she's gonna fly up to him.
Okay. As you get so you fly over to the door. That's I think all your movements. You still have an action.
She has a movement of 40.
Oh right, yeah, you definitely reach him, and you can even go a little further. Do you want to see like what's in the alley?
No, she's gonna punch him. She's gonna punch him before she even gets to the door.
Oh right, okay, yeah, go ahead, punch away.
Okay.
You
She's
gotta
within
beat
10 feet of him.
Yes, his armor class 15.
Cool. Missed. Bonus action, try again.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, just not doing it tonight.
Ooh, okay. Do you like look past him, or you just kind of like you're punching him from a range?
She was trying to punch him from range, and now she's just gonna wait.
Okay. Yeah, you swing on him. He does not quite move him, but like as you get closer, you see he's like trying to kind of take a step back, and then something else pretty bad happens to him. Let me roll. Let me do a roll of my own here. See what happens to him. Yeah, it's real bad for him. So, a swarm of cockroaches is outside. They are in the alley, and they are like, they have already dealt with Momo. They've just like, this is like a carpet of cockroaches there on the asphalt. I mean, it's hard to see because it's totally dark, but it just looks like, what should be this dirty, dingy alley. The floor of it is like writhing with these insects. They have borne Momo down, and just like, I mean, normal cockroaches aren't really dangerous. Somehow these things are. They've like gnawed into him, like they've got into his mouth and his eyes and stuff, and you can just see the outline of his body writhing there. And now this like nasty insect tide is like washing over Jackie the cowboy as well. Lamb?
Can I use my free object interaction to shut the door?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, she uses her free object interaction to shut the door.
Okay, yes. You slam the door. You hear Jackie like screaming and his pistol's going off. And however, oh yeah, go ahead.
It's really unpleasant out there, everyone.
In fact, unfortunately, not as many as there could be, but some of these insects, these roaches, are like going under the door and starting to like crawl at the hem of your dress. Not your feet, because they're up there, but around your dress.
Sure, she's not right next to the door, as a note.
Right. Oh, okay. So sorry, you can like see them coming out, like sort of spreading out from under the door, going over the floor. But they already used their turn to attack Jackie, so they're not going to attack you. Okay, we're not quite out of combat. Let's go to Carter and see what he does in this situation as these roaches are coming in. What's the plan here?
Lefty's out of combat, right?
Yeah, he's like surrendered pretty much.
I see all these cockroaches. I don't like this. Don't like this one bit. I'm going to rush past Lambda if I can, and the door's closed currently, right?
Yeah, so only a few of them can get in, but it's still, a decent amount of the bugs creeping under the doorway.
I'm going to put away my buoy and pull out my pistol. So I have my pistol and my K-bar. And just kind of like, dial when you're ready.
Okay, so you're gonna shoot at the roaches?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna wait for him to get over here so we can throw open the door and then see what's on the other side.
Right. Okay, and then Dowd can just unload. All right, sounds good.
Don't open the door.
Why not?
You'll die. Death is on the other side of the door.
We'll be fine.
Oh.
Okay. So you're kind of holding your attack, and he's mentioning Dowd to come over. Dowd, let's move to your turn.
Okay. So, interesting thing with Dowd. He was going after Lefty before.
Yeah, who is kind of surrendered now and is pretty much out of the fight.
He's still marching on him. Like, target locked.
Oh, man. Okay, so what happens?
Yep, Dowd's gonna try and punch him.
Okay, you got to beat an 11.
Right. 19.
Oh, yeah, that hits. All right, roll that damage.
5 thunder.
Oof. Dowd's still up, but like, I mean, I think this like drops him to the ground. And you just like how does this look like when you hit him? Is it just with your fist?
Yeah, so Agent Carter is saying Dowd when you're ready, but Dowd's eyes look like glowing red. As I said, target locked mode. He's not obeying orders right now. He had a target and he's going after it.
Yeesh. Okay, that wrecking ball fist swings down, rams right into Lefty's head. He like smashes back against the mirrored wall of this disco, which cracks under the weight, and he like sinks down. He's still alive, but like he's definitely fluttering into unconsciousness.
And you see Dowd getting ready to go for another blow. Unless somebody stops him.
Carter, you do have the remote. And you didn't use your action if you want to.
No. I have something else planned on my turn if we're still in combat when we get back around to it.
All right, so you're holding back a bit. That brings us to Jackie's outside being attacked. Actually, let me do a roll for him and see what's happening with him. He's getting do kind of a roll. Okay. Lamb, you're closest to the door. You hear some like more gunfire and some like crunching and then some scrambling noises and some panicked what's the word? Some like rustling and then nothing. Okay, and that brings us to Lefty, who is gonna try to get away from the humongous robot punching him. So he is going to disengage, kind of like loop around Dowd and make a run for the other door, for the main entrance. So he's just like dashing out. Dowd doesn't get an attack of opportunity on him. I think he uses all his movement. He disengaged, doesn't get the dash, but he makes it like right over the door. So he could probably be hit with a ranged attack, or Dowd could maybe catch up with him. Okay, that brings us to Zai. And then Lamb is next. Then the roaches.
Okay. This is fun when you don't have very many area effect spells. So it seems like these roaches are being. Does it seem like these roaches are being controlled, or is it just sort of?
I mean, New York roaches are weird. I don't think they do this, but give me an Arcana check, which is like, again, what's the word? Arcane phenomena in this world. So yeah, roll Arcana, not arcane. What am I? Paranormal is what I'm thinking.
Not his best, but we'll see what happens. Oh, okay, 16.
16. Oh yeah, definitely. Like that. I mean, the Zai program was all about psychic stuff and control of animals and like mutating animals, getting to do stuff they don't normally do. Like, yeah, that's right in there. So they're definitely being controlled.
Okay. Seems these roaches are being controlled by our good friend 18. Not you, Lamb.
Okay.
Another one of my people. So.
All right. Anything else, Zai?
Would that be considered my action?
No, you can do one more thing real quick. One action.
Okay. So how far is everyone from the door?
I think Lamb is the closest to it, but she's not at it. Carter is pretty close. Carter is closer, and Dowd is like halfway through he's in the middle of the disco.
Okay. So I can do something around me, but everyone needs to be 10 feet away from me.
You could move in front of Carter and then open the door. If you want to like aim it out into the alley.
It's basically, yeah, it's a 10-foot radius around me. So, yeah, can I get like basically 10 feet away from, basically open the door and like rush in 10 feet from, so basically I'm like 10 feet from.
You could do that,
Carter
yes,
and,
but you would be like in the swarm.
and Lamb.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
I rush into the swarm and cast Arms of Hadar.
I love it. Okay, what does Arms of Hadar? Give me the description of that one more time.
I mean, the description is, so basically my description would be, they see a sort of shimmering circle of 10 feet around me, sort of as these spectral, I guess, for lack of a better term, sort of tendrils burst out from me, and they need to do a strength saving throw.
Okay, they get a -4 to this, so let's see how they do. What do they have to be?
13.
A 13?
Mm-hmm.
They rolled really high. It was -4, so they got a 15 total.
Okay.
So is that half damage for them, or
yeah,
what?
it's half damage.
Okay.
And if they had failed, they would have not been able to take reactions, but that doesn't really, but that doesn't take effect because they're saved.
Mhm.
So, but they take half of 10, so 5
Damage.
points of
5 damage. Okay.
of necrotic damage.
Nice. Yeah, so you rush out, psychic energy flows down, and a bunch of these, a good portion of this swarm just dies. Dead roaches just like popping up, the shells like rustling over Momo's overwhelmed corpse. The door's open, so everybody can see this. Okay, that brings us to Lamb.
Oh, this might hurt.
Also, since the door opened, would Carter's ready action activate?
Oh yeah,
My ready
Carter.
action was waiting for Dowd, but I mean, what I'm gonna do? Shoot some roaches on the ground.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, sure. I'll shoot the swarm of shoot at the
Yeah,
swarm
give
of
me
roaches.
the attack roll real quick here, and then we can go to Lamb. You gotta beat a 13.
It's a dirty 20.
Oh man. Okay, roll the damage on that bad boy.
That's 10 points of piercing damage.
Oh
as I
man, you just unload on these roaches. Roach
fire
pieces
into the
everywhere.
swarm.
You just like hold the pistol down, bam, bam, bam. Gross insect bits everywhere. All right, Lance.
Okay, so, because Zai is out there now,
Yeah.
she's gonna go out. She doesn't like it.
Okay.
And the arms are going to attack the roaches.
Ooh, okay, give me some attacks. You gotta beat 13.
She's also looking for, like, who's controlling these things, but
Okay.
she's doing attacks.
Okay.
Well, I finally rolled well. So I have a 23 to hit, and the roaches take 4 points of force damage.
Okay.
And then there's also a bonus attack.
All right.
At some point today. Oh, it doesn't have the astral self arms as the bonus attack option, but they are a bonus attack option, so
yeah. Okay.
roll it regular. That's a 17 to hit.
Ooh, another solid hit for sure.
For another 4 points of damage, so
Oh, man.
she's doing minimum damage, but
No. Between the pistols, the psychic death wave that Zai unleashed, and your incredible see-through fists just raining down, this swarm is pretty much like destroyed. There's just like a few roaches left. And I think at this point, like those roaches start to kind of like the intelligence that's controlling them sort of like fades away, and they just become ordinary insects again and start crawling their way to safety, into the gutters, out of the light. Two things happen. Zai, as you look through the alley, you see far on the other end another pair of eyes that match your glow, that stare at you, and then vanish into the darkness. Dowd, you're still in the bar. As
And he's still going after Lefty.
okay, hold on, Zai. Let me do this one thing for Dowd.
Mhm.
Or actually, go ahead because Dowd might want to have a quick action.
How far away down the alley was he?
It's a pretty big alley, so it's not quite reachable. It was only for a split second. It was like something you might have even seen, not even seen.
Is he 30 away? Or is he more than 30 feet away from me?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay, so I can't make a connection with him. Okay.
yeah. I would say 60 or 90 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Dowd. The door of this disco is open for a second after Lefty is rushing out. You see a woman there. Youngish woman. She's got like kind of, medium length, very business-like hair, sort of, tied back. Wearing like kind of like a greenish army style coat. With a camera. She takes a peek in there, flashes the camera. The flash of the camera sort of stuns your visual sensors for a little. But as it fades and she pushes the camera back and starts dashing away down the street, you recognize the face of Julia Dowd, your sister.
And the flash kind of knocks Dowd out of his targeting right now. It's like, what the? Who was that? What just happened?
Whoa. And with that, Coco, who was probably Lamb, what was Coco doing during this whole crazy combat experience?
Oh, I'd imagine that she's eating out of the garbage somewhere.
Yeah, Coco was just gnawing some whatever's in those cool.
Yeah, she just knocked over some trash and was just eating it.
Yeah, eating some good old New York trash. Comes running over to check if you're okay, provide some nice canine support. That is where we are going to draw this episode to a close. The silkworm's still on the run. You guys got a lead that the Grimaldi family is somehow connected, or the silkworm is like knocking off people connected to them. And Operation Exterminator is going to continue with our episode next week as the Coldest War moves to episode 2. And I will definitely see you guys there.
Sweet.
All right.
Dude, that was rad. Did you say cockroaches?
Yes, I caught that too.
I'm sitting there like, that's a great way to say cockroach. I'm going to use that from here forward, sir. I really am. I was like, different verbiage is so exciting to me. I was like, did he say cockroach?
I've always said cockroach.
And I love
it's
it.
not right, I'm sure, but that's what
No,
I said.
how can it be wrong? If somebody knows exactly what you're saying, it's not wrong, right?
Whereas I say cock.
Roaches.
Cockroach.
That's a much better way too. I'm going to try both of those. Let's see how that goes over in some of the professional meetings I have. Let's see how that goes over.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a really strong infestation of roaches in my. Okay, no, I really enjoyed this. This was really fun. I was like, I just love the stats that like. We haven't done these kind of stats on this show in a long time, like this form. So a little bit more common for people to understand, and I really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys' weird characters. I don't think they're getting weirder over the years, and it's good. But weird's a good word. Like
versus my sentient pink bubblegum character.
Yeah, I mean, it's not weird before.
I'm saying as a collective.
Oh, collective, sure.
Like
everybody
everybody
was pretty normcore.
Yeah, everybody like has a standout weird character once in a while, but this one, everybody's a little. Yeah, I like this. I'm really enjoying where this is headed. So we're going to be going on for the next, we'll be going on the Tuesdays and everything going forward. So we might take a break here and there, just like normal, but Arc 1 is in full, what do you want to say?
Full swing.
Yeah, full
Full
swing.
effect.
Full effect. full infestation.
Yeah, we're this arc is infesting us.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
we're in full infestation right now. So make sure this week in between you can catch up on these things. Everything's I don't take stuff down. So on our YouTube, youtube.com/time to tabletop, all of our stuff's up there. All of our live stuff. I don't take things down. So enjoy. You will see this. It'll stay up there for as long as YouTube's a thing. So, but until next week, make sure to pull up a chair and make
time
time
to
to tabletop.
tabletop.
Be good to each other, people. See you soon.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Avoid the cockroaches.
Cockroach.